It's 1989. While the rest of the world is just waking up to house music, a visionary named Pepe Roselló is opening a venue in Playa del Bossa that would change nightlife forever. In those early days, Space Ibiza wasn't just a dark room with a DJ. It was a concert club. It blended the raw energy of live performance with the emerging dance culture. But the real magic happened at 8 a.m. Back then, laws were different. When the other clubs closed, Space opened its doors. The legendary flight area, the open-air terrace, became the soul of the island. There was nothing like the roar of a jet engine passing just meters above a crowd of thousands, hands in the air as the sun beat down. It wasn't about VIP tables. It was about the communal Balearic spirit. As the 90s turned into the 2000s, Space evolved from a local gem into the best club in the world, a title it won more times than any other venue in history. It became the home of the marathon session. Sunday at Space wasn't just a party, it was a pilgrimage. This is where Carl Cox established his 15-year residency. Music is revolution. Space was the laboratory for the world's greatest DJs. It stayed ahead of the curve by expanding into 5 distinct rooms, each with its own heartbeat, from the dark, cavernous discoteca to the sunset vibes of the Sunset Terrace. It was a place where you could lose your friends, find yourself, and discover your new favorite track all in the same afternoon. But the spirit of Ibiza couldn't be contained by one building. The Space Ibiza brand became a global export. The Space Ibiza On Tour series took that specific Balearic DNA to every corner of the globe, from Sydney to New York and Moscow. If you couldn't get to the White Isle, Space brought the White Isle to you. They launched sister clubs in places like Brazil and New York, proving that the brand wasn't just about a location, it was about a standard of sound, production, and that unmistakable feeling of freedom. On October 2nd, 2016, the music stopped. After 27 years, Space Ibiza held its final closing party. It was a marathon 24-hour event that felt like a funeral and a carnival all at once. When Carl Cox played the final record, it truly felt like the end of an era for old-school Ibiza. But the island never stays still. The venue was taken over by Ushuaia Entertainment and transformed into Hï Ibiza. The change was radical. Where Space was rugged and organic, Hï is a high-tech masterpiece. It's a super club in every sense of the word. Kinetic ceiling displays, immersive LED setups, and even a DJ booth in the bathrooms, the wild corner. It shifted the focus toward a new generation of superstars like Black Coffee, David Guetta, and Eric Prydz. Is Hï Ibiza the same as Space? No. It's a different beast for a different time. Space was the king of the terrace era. Hï is the king of the digital spectacle. But whether you're a veteran who remembers the roar of the planes in 1995, or a newcomer seeing the lasers of the theater for the first time, one thing remains true. This plot of land in Playa del Bossa is the undisputed center of the dance music universe. Space gave us the soul. He gives us the future. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your favorite memory of the White Isle?